if you do as much rappelling and rock climbing as I do, you have your own equipment. And your own equipment is your own personal equipment. You never loan your equipment out to anybody else. This is your equipment. So you know, it's like loaning out a parachute, loaning out personal items. You just don't do it. So, my equipment stays in a nice bag. I keep it nice and clean. I pay attention to it all the time. So, we'll use this as a demonstration rope, and I'm going to show you the basic rappelling equipment. First of all, you have your beaners, and you have your rappelling rope. Now, this rope is very expensive, extremely expensive. And we'll get it out and let you guys work at it. Work with it a little bit. But this rope is maybe about $300. It's about 200 feet long, but it is the major component to rock climbing and rappelling. So I like to own my own rope because I know it's been treated correctly. You don't ever step on a rope. You don't get it wet. You treat this rope with the utmost care. This stays in a nice dry place. The bags, you know, not get subjected to heat. So the rappelling rope or the rock climbing rope is what you would use to make a belay line. And I'll show you how that works in a minute. But let's go over the other mechanical parts. So, this is my own set of beaners, rock climbing equipment. Bicycle gloves I use for rock climbing and rappelling. Give you lots of dexterity with your fingers. When we go to the Via Ferrata, we will definitely definitely need these guys and a pair of knee pads, and I'll explain that later. So, I got 3 beaners, and I have my own webbing. Okay? So, I always carry 3 beaners, 2 locking, 1 non-locking beaner, all because I have backups. Let's get rid of the cup. So, I only use locking beaners when I'm rappelling or rock climbing. Non-locking beaners, okay, for just tying off and general purpose use, but they can become unlocked. You can lose control of what you're trying to safety or trying to work with. So we're not going to actually use one of these. We use 2 locking beaners. Okay? What's a locking beaner do?
Locks.
Locks. So I can put my rope or my 8-bar, my brake bar through there, and I can run it up here. I can't get that loose now. See? 2 locking beaners. Okay. These beaners, don't drop them. Don't get them wet. They have to work really free. They have to, you know, you got to treat these with the utmost respect. These things save your life. Okay? So, now, you want to rappel down the side of a cliff. I need to go out and buy a $200 Swiss seat, just like they have in Rocksport. Or, I could buy $5 worth of webbing. $5 worth of webbing? How can you do that? See? Fold it in half. It's about 6-7 foot tall, so this is 14 feet or so. Alright? Put your name right in the middle, so you know where the middle of the webbing is all the time. Alright? Another thing with this, you want to keep this dry and clean. This is another type of thing you don't want to mistreat. Okay, so, webbing, Swiss seat. We're going to make a Swiss seat. Alright? And we go through this like this. Hold it up through here. Now you want to keep the webbing from twisting around simply because it's going to make your seat uncomfortable if it isn't. So everybody will have a chance to do their own Swiss seat here in a minute. Get this around here because you're actually going to be saddling back in this part of the Swiss seat. So it's pretty much like this, okay? So you've got pretty much equal pieces. You pull it somewhat taut, but not real tight. You come around, come back through here. What knot should I tie in the front?
Bowline. One-handed bowline.
Very good, but not practical in this situation. Square knot. This is the hardest knot for me to tie here. You know why? Not tying the square knot's hard. I always get it confused with the granny knot. So, Let's see if I get this right. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Did I get it right? Did I get it right?
Yes. What will happen if you tie a granny knot?
Granny knots are worthless. All right, so now I've got a Swiss seat. I've pretty much got it to where